So the type of person typically who would buy this car is generally someone, they wouldn't want to drive it themselves, right?
True.
Yeah, somebody who would rather be chauffeured around.
Yeah.
That was the most interesting pronunciation of chauffeured I've ever heard, Joe.
Sure, whatever.
Hey everybody, you've probably noticed that Joe is not in the passenger seat, he's back there.
Hey.
And that is because we have a guest today. Introduce yourself.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Marcello Villaborghi.
Marcello here is the fine owner of this lovely piece of machinery. What are we driving?
2016 Rolls Royce Wraith.
So we're going to take you guys on a little relaxed tour of this thing today and ask a few questions of our gracious host here. How long have you had this now?
Approaching a month.
About a month? Okay, so this is brand new to you.
Yes.
All right, so you got this pre-owned then. What's the process of buying one of these? Can you just be anybody and show up and just pick one of these up if you have a briefcase full of cash?
I guess so, yeah.
Personally, I think this is really elegant.
It's quite massive in size, and that's the first thing that I notice is it's just huge. Like, it's longer than most SUVs even. Like, this is 17 feet long.
Yeah, this thing is pretty much a boat. It's so visually striking. Like, you'll pick this thing out, even though it doesn't have like crazy angles or anything, you'll pick this out of a parking lot like that. It is so striking.
Such strong presence.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go.
Sitting inside it, it feels like you're in like a private jet. It's like a very much a lounge experience.
Yeah, like a yacht.
Which I imagine is what you wanted when you picked up a car like this. Yeah, you just wanted to drive around in a lounge or be driven in a lounge, I imagine.
Yes.
Zero to 60 test, here we go. There's 60.
What?
Yep.
This is such a big, quiet car, and then when you stomp it, it just goes.
You barely hear it either.
Yeah.
Like, you do hear the engine, but
it's still subdued.
It's subdued, yeah. Wow. And that was so smooth. That was the smoothest acceleration.
It just completely ramps up to that speed instead of grabbing you. That's really cool.
Yeah. That was the smoothest acceleration I've ever felt in a car. I've heard before that Rolls-Royce, they engineer the acceleration to where when you really hit it, if you have a glass of champagne or wine in the back seat, it won't spill.
Ah, that makes sense.
That's why it, like, specifically why they make it so smooth.
It's linear like that.
Yes. The presence of this is just imposing, is the way I would phrase it, and it weighs literally a ton. It weighs 2.5 tons specifically.
But I mean, it doesn't feel sluggish at all. Like,
no,
it's very gentle and very smooth. I've got my foot on it, and we're going 40 here, and you can't tell. I mean, you could probably be going 80 in this thing and not tell. It's very planted. It feels very intentional. Everything you do. When I went around the curve there was no body roll at all. It was weird. You just, wherever you point this thing, it's gonna go.
6.6 liter V12 twin turboed engine that produces 646 horsepower.
That's madness.
It's madness. But if you just said that word, like those words that I just said, and you didn't associate it with Rolls-Royce or anything else, you would probably assume that that's in a Lambo or in a Ferrari or something crazy exotic. How do you feel when you're driving it? Do you feel a gear shift?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't felt a single thing since driving this car. It's just, I would like to go now, and it goes, or I would like to stop, and it stops very smoothly.
It is impeccably smooth.
Yeah.
Blind spots are non-existent in this. Like, I feel like it's very easy to look around. You have very good visibility in every direction.
Despite the fact that this thing is massive.
Despite, yes, the fact that it's enormous.
Mentioning brakes, I always thought that was something that was pretty cool. So Rolls-Royce replaces all your brakes anytime that you need them replaced.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very
completely
handy.
Included.
And how long did you say the warranty is again on this?
I think it's either 3 or 4 years, but one thing that I found nice is that it's unlimited miles. So like most companies, they say, oh, you got 50,000 miles, we'll take care of everything. Rolls-Royce takes care of everything for the 4 years that you have it, including maintenance. The only thing that you buy when owning a Rolls-Royce is the tires.
this brand new in 2016, you mentioned was about $450,000.
Approximately 450.
450.
Which is a spicy price.
Which is definitely a pretty spicy price. And I've heard before that every Rolls Royce is a custom-built machine, right? It's like none of them are ever like, it's not mass-produced in the same way that a Toyota Corolla would be.
No.
Like at a factory. Like each one is like hand customized basically by the customer.
Handcrafted for sure.
Yeah.
If you notice, I mean, I've never really seen a steering wheel that had 2 different colors on it.
That's true, yeah.
Two-tone leather wrapped steering wheel.
Two-tone leather wrapped steering wheel.
Which is nice.
It's pretty nice. And it just, again, it's just the craftsmanship and attention to detail everywhere in this vehicle is absurd.
Yeah. And speaking of customers, if I'm not mistaken, Rolls-Royce refers to their customers as wealthy patrons, not customers.
I have heard that, yeah. They never use the word customer. They just use the word wealthy patron. I think the red interior matches really well with the white trim, and that's kind of what drew you most to it when you were buying it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you'd say this is probably your favorite interior style.
For sure.
Yeah. I might agree with that, honestly. This is very sleek, it's very refined, but it's not boring at all, which
No, it's exciting.
I think with the more luxurious cars, often you run the risk of having a sterile or boring interior, and this just has so much character. I love it.
Oh yeah.
And this is black, which I like. A lot of times, like Mercedes, they try to put this ugly brown wood. Yeah. I like this is like more of like a black onyx, which is kind of cool.
I do like this. Yeah, it's a super sleek look. Sitting in the back here is an entirely different experience than sitting in the front. Like, it is honestly so legitimately comfortable back here. I have massive amounts of legroom. There's so much in this back seat. You have like speakers. You have like your own climate control back here. You have your own USB ports to charge and plug your devices with. And on top of that, most cars that have heated or cooled seats are front seats only, I feel like. But this, when you turn the heat on in this on a cold day like it is today, this car immediately heats up.
That is the most striking thing to me about this car so far, is how immediate the response is when you want something. This gives it to you right away.
It's just like boom, 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 it's there.
I haven't seen a car that does it like Rolls-Royce in terms of luxury. It's just unmatched.
Yeah, I would agree completely. I mean, I'm still like blown away by how luxurious this is. It's just comfy. You can fall asleep in this so easily.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're still awake back there. Honestly, I'm just driving around. You guys.
Dangerous. It's honestly like dangerous and seductive. You can just get in this, and it's just so nice and plush. You just like. Do you know if this has Apple CarPlay or Android Auto?
I don't think that it does.
Okay.
Dang.
That's the only thing I knock.
Rants about.
I know. I love Apple CarPlay. It's the only thing I have to knock this for is not having Apple CarPlay.
But you do have a concierge.
What is concierge?
What is that?
No clue.
We're gonna find out.
So it has a concierge.
Establish a call.
Huh. I have no idea what it's doing right now.
Who are we speaking to?
Rolls Royce Assist, this is Jamie speaking. How may I help you?
Hey there. We were just test driving a Rolls Royce here, and we were not sure what the concierge function did.
Got you. I can explain it in short. Mostly it's like an assistant. If you use it, we'll be able to send any signal to the vehicle with any address you would like. We could do reservations to the airports, hotels, restaurants, and things of that nature, or anything you would need us to Google and things like that.
Wow. So if we gave you a location here, you'd be able to plug it in for us?
Yes, I would.
All right. Can you navigate us to Katie's Woods in Grapevine, Texas?
All right. And would you like that to be your next destination?
Please.
Right. So I'm sending that over to you right now. Besides that, anything else I can help you with?
I think that'll do it. You've been very helpful.
No problem. Have a great day. Enjoy the vehicle, and thanks for calling Rolls Royce Assist.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
I gotta admit, that was pretty cool.
Let's talk competition.
All right, competition. Pretty much Bentley and potentially Maybach from Mercedes
Yeah.
are like the big competitors, like just really, really expensive luxury automakers, those are the only other ones I can really imagine would compete with this.
That's honestly just about it. Nothing really comes close other than that.
Yeah.
It's just a completely different tier of
Right.
vehicle.
Because of course, like there are luxury cars, like BMW
Yeah.
makes luxury cars. Mercedes makes luxury cars. There are other things, but they're not on the same level of luxury as this. I mean, this is like discussing the difference between a Lamborghini Aventador and a Toyota Supra.
Yeah.
When you're discussing that in terms of luxury, this is like, in a way, it's a performance car, but it's a performance in luxury.
I've rode with friends that have cars that are valued at more than this car, and
But this gets looked at more.
gets looked at way more.
I believe it.
I noticed
totally
that
believe
with this car, and as well as the i8. i8's re-up
It's another one, yeah.
for sure. I mean, they retail like right now around 160, 170. I have a buddy that has an Aventador, and he paid 500.
Yeah,
and we went
jeez.
somewhere. Always the i8 gets more attention.
I believe it.
Back then, at least.
Yeah. You like commission a Rolls Royce more than you buy one.
Yeah.
When you're ordering it new and you're speccing it out, it's like a commission.
I can definitely see that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not something that's just for you. It's like your money has allowed this beautiful piece of work to exist,
Yes.
which is cool. And I mean, with the high price tag comes the ability to do like whatever you want. I've seen people that have said, I would like a diamond encrusted dash. and
However,
stuff like
you
that.
can't do everything you want with a Rolls Royce.
That's true.
And I love this story so much. So right now I'm driving through Grapevine, Texas, which is the hometown of Post Malone. And Post Malone's first music video that he ever released was White Iverson, where he off-roads a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Off-road. And I watched an interview where Rolls Royce actually sent him I believe it was a cease and desist letter telling him that they didn't appreciate him off-roading his Rolls Royce and how that hurts Rolls Royce's brand image, and they would like him to not do that ever again. And apparently, I don't know, like that all happened, and I can kind of understand why Post Malone might not like Rolls Royces.
Yeah. I'm doing the writing for once.
Wow.
How about
Do you
that?
guys see this? Crazy.
Don't get used to it. All
right.
right. Let's start with performance. What do you think?
Performance. All right. Objectively good.
You never feel like you're off balance. There's very little body roll. It's not top heavy. It's
Yeah.
smooth.
I still am not going to give it that high scores on performance because I mostly think of performance as
Just raw
like
speed and power.
raw animal power on a track, like that you get in like cars that are dedicated to performance. And this is not a dedicated performance car,
Sure.
obviously. It's a dedicated luxury car. So I will give it you're going to be offended, probably a 6.5.
I wasn't actually. I was going to give it a 7.
Okay.
Moving on to practicality.
Practicality. Not as honestly horrific as you might expect.
No.
So it does have a pretty decently sized trunk. It has a decently sized glove box. It has 2 center consoles.
And you've got plenty of cup holders.
You have plenty of cup holders all around.
That being said,
Fuel economy is average 15 miles per gallon.
not great.
Which is not super great, obviously, with premium fuel.
But what do you expect with this giant car and a
that weighs
giant engine?
2.5 tons with a V12
Yeah.
engine.
Yeah.
I'd give it, honestly, a 5.
I was going to give it a 5.5.
Just straight 5,
All
I
right.
think, on practicality.
5 and a 5.5. On to value, and this might be the most difficult
Value
one
is
to
the most,
figure out.
probably the most difficult one to figure out.
Because for a certain person, there is no replacing this vehicle.
Yeah.
But for 99% of people,
And $450,000 is monstrously expensive.
Yeah.
For $225,000, I'd say this actually ain't that bad. Like, for all the stuff you're getting, I feel like. But
I think I'm still going to give it a 4.
I'm going to...
Because it's just so unbelievably expensive for the average person. But again, it's not for the average person. I'm going to amend my score to a 5.
I'm actually going to stick with a 4
Okay.
on it.
Cool factor.
Cool factor is undeniable.
Yeah,
this is like one of the coolest cars I have ever driven. Everyone that you go around looks at this. It attracts unbelievable amounts of attention. I want to give it a 10 on
Wow.
cool factor. I want to. But I think that there are things that are just a little cooler. Like if you've got stuff like a Pagani
Yeah.
or a Koenigsegg. I'd give this a 9, though. I think it really deserves that.
I think I'm going to give it just a little lower at 8.5. This is so amazing to look at. It's amazing to sit in. It's an experience, and it's one that very few people ever even get. They don't get to sit in one.
Right.
I mean, maybe get to see one. So I think the cool factor on this is just undeniable.
The cool factor is undeniable. I think it deserves those high scores. Yeah. For sure.
Quality.
Easy.
Let's get this over with.
10.
1, 2, 3,
10.
All right, last one, fun factor.
Fun factor is pretty high, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just fun to get in this and like drive around. It's also arguably the only car I've ever driven that's more fun to be a passenger than it is to drive.
I think so. I think when you're driving this, you're always in the back of your mind like, I'm going to crash a house if I crash this thing. Like, it is so expensive.
You have some anxiety when you're driving it, but when you're not driving it, you have zero anxiety.
Yeah.
You are just so comfortable. You don't, like, it's just crazy.
You can just fall asleep, let everything
you
go
can fall
away.
asleep. You're in a cloud. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I would give this a 7. Yeah, a 7 on fun factor.
This is definitely more of an experience factor.
It is.
To me.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
for the experience, I absolutely agree with the 7.
The experience is astonishing.
Yeah.
And it is so fast, and like feeling that acceleration is
surprising.
It's an acceleration that I've never felt before because it's just so smooth.
Yeah.
It's not violent at all. It's just like,
But it's quick,
whoop.
and you're there. You're at 60.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 7 as well.
Okay.
There's some more fun vehicles, just pure joy.
course.
But this,
The experience that you get with this is overall very entertaining.
Awesome.
It's like very entertaining and very fun, and you can have fun without driving it, and arguably more fun not driving it and just sitting inside of it.
and that is super rare.
And that is unquestionably uncommon.
Yeah. Drum roll, please. The average score is a 42.25.
Wow.
That is a good score.
That is really high.
Yeah. Despite the fact that
Holy
we
cow.
knocked it a little bit for value and practicality, the cool factor, the quality, and the fun factor that it carried it. I mean,
Holy cow, man. That's got to be one of the highest reviewed, like highest rated cars we've ever done.
yeah. That about does it for the Rolls Royce Wraith. That's kind of hard to say. Rolls Royce Wraith.
Rolls Royce Wraith.
All right, that'll do it. Thank you guys for watching. If it's your first time tuning in, we appreciate it. Hope you stick around. And we are going to go cruise for a little bit because we are not ready to get out of this wonderful car.
Not quite yet.
See you in the next episode.
See you guys on the next time. Bye.
There's one thing I know. It's cars. You know who else knows a lot about cars? CuriosityStream. CuriosityStream is the world's first streaming service for people who actually like to learn stuff. They have thousands of documentaries and nonfiction titles from some of the world's best filmmakers. If you like our show, you'll love their speed category. It's got a ton of content on cars and other things that go fast. We've recently partnered with CuriosityStream to help build Nebula, our new streaming service. Nebula is a streaming video platform built by and for independent creators. Because we all appreciate how supportive our fans are, CuriosityStream is offering a free Nebula subscription with every purchase of a year-long CuriosityStream membership. With this bundle, you get the best of both worlds. CuriosityStream is home to high production value documentaries and nonfiction work, whereas Nebula is a place for educational YouTubers to try new things and experiment with different formats, things the YouTube algorithm would punish us for. CuriosityStream loves independent creators and wants to help us grow our platform, so they're offering Grand Theft Auto fans free access to Nebula when you sign up at curiositystream.com/GTA. When you sign up for CuriosityStream, you get instant access to thousands of nonfiction titles, and you'll get to watch a bunch of new episodes from Grand Theft Auto months before they hit YouTube, plus lots of other great Nebula originals. By signing up for CuriosityStream, you'll be helping not only GTA, but the entire educational community, as we work together to build a place where we can create exciting new content that just wouldn't be possible on YouTube. Give it a try by signing up using the link below. We promise you'll love it.